And I really appreciate some of the tee up that really all the markets are different. Right now, we're seeing a lot of uniformity in the overall trend. So certainly unit volume, that's largely what we're discussing, just the number of homes that are transacting right now, declining significantly from where we were. I think when we released earnings, we talked about something like 17% down on volume, but we gave a hint that it's more like 25% in total volume as a current run rate. That's not uniform across the country, but there are relatively few markets that are not overall down. The markets that were the hottest, the earliest, have cooled the most. There are a lot of markets that didn't get quite as hot and are still trending in relatively good direction. Year over year, price is still up, but the number of transactions that we're seeing take place, largely because of the inventory constraints you mentioned, and in part because of rates jumping up and impacting affordability significantly, we are seeing that have an impact.
Do you think there's going to be a time nationally where, because there seems to be this weird impasse where sellers are like, nope, still not going to drop my price by a lot, maybe by a little, but no way. And you got buyers saying, hey, you got to drop your price. I mean, mortgage rates have doubled. And now we got this kind of this weird, it's like the Wild West, right? These gun fighters sort of in the streets. Who blinks first?
Well, it's funny to hear you say it's a weird market. I think you mentioned weird 3 times now, which absolutely fits, right? Because we are seeing some strange dynamics in there. It's not quite a buyer's market. It's not quite a seller's market. We are sort of having a little bit of a game of chicken. But typically when a market starts to transition from, for instance, a seller's market to a buyer's market, there's an elongated period of perhaps it's denial, perhaps it's aspiration, but it's a relatively multi-month period. Here, I do believe we're seeing an acceleration of that. First in the luxury segment and then in the core segment, where we're seeing a compression of time. So overall, the amount of time it's taking for sellers to hopefully listen to their trusted advisor, their sales associate, their real estate agent, on what exactly is taking place today in the market, how exactly buyers are contemplating their own financing, whether they're mortgage financing or with cash, and how they're thinking about the wealth effect. All of those things, a good agent should be advising a client on exactly what to expect from the market. We are seeing sellers get realistic much more quickly than we have in the past. It's kind of a hallmark of the overall pandemic, it seems like. Just about every sales cycle, every trend cycle is being compressed, and we're seeing compression of that here too. Yeah. We're not seeing inventory come on to meet the demand just yet.
I saw a stat yesterday, and I don't know if it's true or not, so I don't want to say it, but it was basically indicating there's a high percentage of realtors this year that have not sold any homes. And we know that a lot of people, real estate agents, do it sort of part-time. That's totally understandable. To those agents that got into the market the last few years, they've really only known pretty good times. I think that's fair to say. Low rates. What's your advice out there to somebody who's, young, been in the real estate game a couple of years? It's a scary time, not just a weird time. What's your advice to them on how to get through this?
It certainly can be a weird time. Now, right now, we had a lot of our folks together last week for our annual conference. My advice then was people are going to have their best year ever this year, and it can certainly be you, but you've got to double down. You've got to work extremely hard. You've got to be on the phone with all of your past clients today, helping them to break down, for instance, a segment like this, saying, hey, I was watching CNBC. I saw what's going on. How is that impacting my recent purchase or my aspiration to move in the coming months here? Can you help me with some context here? That's the best possible advice for agents. Now, you mentioned that we have a lot of folks who haven't sold a lot of homes. Coldwell Banker tends to skew much more toward the high productivity professional agents, but there's certainly a lot of licensees out there who found the last market to be intimidating. When things get really, really, really hot, it can be difficult to demonstrate your value. In a market like this, for a good trusted advisor, to me, this is the absolute best time to demonstrate your value, providing your clients with calm through context and giving them a lens into what's really going on in the market.
Calm through context. I like it. Ryan Gorman at Coldwell Banker,